Hello and welcome to Gina Moon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and tune into your current energies to see what messages Spirit has here for you during this given time. Before we jump in, just know that this reading is sponsored by Psychic Source, and I'll tell you all about the amazing offer they have for you at the end of the reading. If you would like to watch a link to the extended, you can find the link to the extended down in the description box below. I've also pinned it in the first comment that you'll see down below as well. And in the extended is where we dive deeper into this entire situation, the entire reading. We go into the other person's energies, we clarify, we confirm everything, and that's basically where we clarify for each position, and all the details come through there. So again, the link to that is down below. If you would like to book a personal reading, I've also opened up my calendar and you can book a personal reading. You can find the link down below as well, right next to the extended, same place. Without further ado, let's jump right in. All right, quick reminder, the energies are still intense, and again, I keep reminding you guys, they will stay intense until the end of this entire month, because right now there's a lot going on in the cosmos. There's a lot of rearranging timelines. I've told you guys there's a lot of karmic cycles that are ending, and doors of opportunity that are also opening up for you. So prepare, because I see that for you, there's something big about to happen. Okay, let's see. You are starting with the dominant energy of the drumroll. Okay. This is very much so in sync with your mid-monthly reading. If you haven't seen the mid-monthly reading or this weekly reading, I've linked the links down in the first comment below, because just looking at this, it's kind of like the story just unfolds, it just keeps unfolding for you. And what I'm seeing here is that there's something like a shadow that's been cast over some kind of truth, some kind of revelation, and it's already cracking, okay? It's cracking open. For some of you guys, you are already feeling this energy. It feels intense. And for others of you guys, you will soon feel it. But I feel like somebody's energy here, it's coming through very clearly. Somebody's energy here is about to rip off the veil, okay? Off that truth. Whatever it is that's hidden, pretending it's gonna come out. Because this is all about communication, a confrontation, and for a lot of you, a confession. Okay? Are you prepared to hear what they've got to say? Are they prepared to hear what you're going to say in return? We're going to figure this out. But if you see the number 333, the number 3, that is all about communication. There's something here that is related to you not finding it easy during this time to do something a little bit differently than you have done before. But it's going to be in your favor to do that. And we were going to clarify. Okay, we're going to figure it out for you. But it's going to feel a little uncomfortable for you. The advice, the guidance that is coming through from Spirit. Okay, but you have here none other than solar plexus chakra with the number 3. For some of you, you have to pay attention to your solar plexus chakra because it's out of balance. It needs balance right now. You need to balance this out, okay, for you. For others of you, it's already opening up. And this has to do with your confidence, okay? This has to do with your sense of self-esteem. For some of you, there's a situation that has been very difficult on you. Your nervous system is what I'm hearing. On your nervous system. And some of you guys haven't noticed it yet because it's kind of like a part of you doesn't want to see it, how it's been affecting you. But this is coming through for you, alerting you, pay attention to that, okay? Because I see that this is part of the key. This is part of the key to the solution for you. This can be related to any area of your life. This is a general reading, so this for sure, of course, for a lot of you, it has to do with love because that's just what comes up the most. But of course, it could be any other area. Career, family, finances, friends, your health, your personal life, a project, an idea that you're working on, whatever else this is, right? But we're going to tune in. Let's go ahead and see if this is already resonating for you. Let me know in the comments below. I can already feel the energies are getting, very deep. So as I shuffle these intense energies here with the cards, tuning in to them. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. And also turn on that notification bell. Comment down below. Some of you guys have been saying that you don't get alerted. Make sure that the little bell turns black. If it doesn't turn black, you will not get notified. And make sure that the little check mark is on all. Okay? And of course, if you do enjoy these readings, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, because when you like the video, give it a thumbs up. You really help support me and you help support the channel. It's free for you and it helps the channel grow. All right, let's go ahead and see. Whoa, okay. Right off the bat, prepare. Okay, prepare, have a seat, get comfortable. This is going to be a deep one. You could be dealing with the sign of Sagittarius, I see here. I see the sign of Capricorn. I see the sign of, what else? Aquarius, even a Gemini, somewhere around there. But it could be any of the signs, really. Now that I've gotten more comfortable, I see that for you right now, you are trying. You are trying to move on. You're trying to let something go. It hasn't been easy for you because there's a sense here where you're disappointed. This has brought a lot of disappointment to you. You went into the situation, whether it's love, career, family, finances, friends, your personal life, a project, business, whatever, with inspiration. You felt like there was something there for you. And I feel like at first you were trying to make it work. You were trying to ignore the red flags. You were trying to really kind of, give that outside energy a chance, right? The opportunity. You're like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's just me. Let me give it a chance. And I see that you were very flexible. You were very flexible, but right now, a lot of you are already fed up, right? You're kind of like standing there and you're like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. And I see you. It's like you have your ticket. You just got your ticket, to the train station. In this case, it's that boat. And I see you. You're sitting on the bench. You're looking at your ticket. And you can see that, okay, this is going to take you into a new direction. You don't really know what's going to happen, right? But there's a part of you that right now you're trying to take that step forward, but you're still at the train station right now. For a lot of you, you have already stepped into that train, but for most of you, you're right there and you're tapping your foot with, on one side, you're looking at the ticket and you're kind of wondering, okay, am I really going to take this train? Because this is it. This is it. Are you really going to step into that boat? Because it's going to take you across the ocean to somewhere different. The train is, it's not going to stop. It's going to keep going. There's no way back right now. And it's a huge decision. This is a transition period for a lot of you, and it's not easy. It's not easy. It hasn't been easy. But there's a part of you that still kind of pulls you back, the memories, right? The familiarity, what you created, what you envisioned, what you hoped for. But there's another part of you that's like, but you've already tried everything and it hasn't worked. What more? What more? Let's see. Of course, this reading can be reversed. You take the reading how it resonates. There's a lot of cross watchers here. Welcome. But I'm going to read it how I see it. Okay? Now, I see that right now. Again, it's like a part of you wants to move on. You know that that's the answer, part of the answer. But there's this other part of you that is resisting. You're holding on to this. You know, it's like you're holding on to it. You don't want to let it go. It's like, are you afraid to lose it? Are you afraid to lose something? That's someone here that you're not going to get anything better than this. But I don't see you happy. I mean, look at these two. You know, they're sad. She's leaning down. Her head is covered. You know, it's not something that, you know, is kind of holding right now any sense of peace within you, you know, but yet you're still holding on to it. And I feel that a part of you is trying to still balance everything out yourself. It's like you're still trying to figure out a way. You know, let's see if maybe I don't have to take that train. Maybe you can rip up that ticket and go back or figure something out. You know, there's this kind of split right now within you. Now, here's the interesting part, because you are dealing with this outside energy. And this outside energy, they're coming through as very restless. They're very restless right now. Their emotions are all over the place, very moody, you know, that kind of deal. Inside them, there's a sense here where they would like to work something out, but it's kind of like their actions are not showing that, you know? Their actions are not showing that. I feel that there's a lack of patience on one part here, on one side. Is it you that's not being patient with them, or is it them, right, that is not being patient with the process? Let's see. We're going to figure this out. Now, I see that in the recent past, it was something beautiful. You were in something beautiful, whether it was the same situation or something different. But for some, you guys were in a bond, in a relationship, in a marriage, or in a career situation where, you know, there was desire there. The passion was there, the sense of stability, the sense of celebration. It was good, you know? And I'm sensing here that it did bring you happiness. It did bring you joy in this outside energy. I feel that they brought in a sense of stability for you. They made you feel safe. They made you feel secure. For some of you guys, there could have been in the recent past some kind of situation that brought in a lot of abundance, right? Or a sense here of long-term type of energy. It's kind of like you saw this person as, wow, I could really build something with this person for long-term. Maybe, you know, you wanted to stay with this person for the rest of your life, or you wanted to build a business, or you guys kind of saw a vision of you guys making a lot of money, whatever the case was, right? Love, career, family, finances, friends. But I see that both of you guys saw each other in this very beautiful light. And for a very small group of you, you were in a situation already, like you were in a partnership with someone, they were in a partnership with another person, but when you guys met in the recent past, there was like that spark, but you still had to figure out, you know, that current relationship, they had to figure out their current relationship, that kind of thing. Okay, we're going to see. That's only for some of you guys, but I see that right now, your present energy is looking very different. Because right now you have just taken out your sword. Right now you're sitting there and you've got your sword out, and it's a big one. Right now you're seeing things very clearly. You can no longer deny the undeniable. Whatever it is that you were denying in the past, or you couldn't see, maybe you didn't want to see, you're seeing it. You're seeing it. That's why you're holding that sword, because there's a part of you that might feel threatened, that might feel like you're just prepared, you know? And the way that I'm seeing this is that the reason why you're holding this sword, and it's so big, you know, is because someone on the outside, which we will get to this one right now, they're showing up not by accident. They're doing something. It's not coincidence. It's not a blooper. It's not by accident. That's why you're taking out your sword, right? I feel that there's some kind of sense here of an energy outside, a person on the outside coming through, disturbing you, triggering you. And if it's not exactly that, it's just some kind of karmic test, some kind of karmic test that's coming in to kind of, awaken something within you. But right now you're not seeing it that way, because this outside energy for a lot of you, it's creating a lot of tension, a disagreement. Somebody here who will not put down their sword either, right? You two are standing there, you're sitting there standing with a sword. You're feeling a lot more confident about the situation. It's almost as if you know that you've got the truth about them. Even if they try to gaslight you, even if they try to blame you, even if they try to trigger you, right now you're very aware. Because I'm sensing that this outside energy, right now, they're willing to take down your sword. And that's what you're sensing, right? Because they're a shifty energy here. This is a very shifty energy. This is an energy here who can be spiteful, very spiteful, vengeful, that wants to win at all costs, no matter who or what gets hurt. They don't care as long as they have the upper hand, right? But it's interesting because they're coming across as very nervous. You're intimidating them. You know why? Because look at you. You're sitting down on your amazingly gorgeous, stunning throne. Okay? And that throne that you are sitting on is a representation of the fact that right now you don't have to, force anything to happen, because it's like you have the truth. You're holding on to the truth, and this person feels a need to get up to see if they can intimidate you with their narrative. They're coming in with their own narrative. Okay? But don't forget that you've got the truth. And I'm reminding you of this because for a lot of you it hasn't happened yet, but it soon will. And remember, this is about your confidence. It's about communication, confrontation, and confession. Okay? We're going to clarify this in a little bit because this is going to play a huge role in what's going to happen. In the near future, this is exactly why your spirit team coming in here and saying, stay awake, stay awake. In the near future, you are coming through with them taking your sword because they're standing up. And stabbing you in the back. Right? Because this is your energy in the near future. Now, that's the potential. It hasn't happened yet. And your future self is coming in here to warn you. Not to scare you. Don't get scared. Don't ever be afraid of anything or anyone. But to remind you of your power, of the fact that you have the upper hand in the situation. You are holding the bigger sword. Okay? That's why this outside energy is afraid, but not showing their fear. They're showing their bravado. And your future self is coming in here and saying, listen, if you allow this outside energy to have such an influence over you to convince you that they're in control of you, it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well, because what I'm sensing that this has to do with, just by looking at this, right? And looking at you right now, it's almost as if you are wearing a little bit of a warrior mask, you know, holding that sword. But it's almost like you are hiding behind it, right? Because you're holding it in front of you. And this is kind of asking you, what part of you believes that being softer, invites defeat? Because if you're sitting there holding up that sword, and this one, outside energy, they're not really showing intimidation, even though they are scared, right? Could it be that what Spirit is asking you to do is to instead lower your sword, right? Lower it. Lower your sword. They don't have to know that you have the truth. They don't have to know that you have a sword. Because the reason why they're standing up and triggering you and, you know, potentially doing something out of spite is because you're coming on very strongly, right? And I feel that for you, there's a little bit of fear, maybe even resentment, you know, a little bit of cautious energy, which is good and all. And that's the reason why you're holding up that sword right now, or soon will. But this is not about using your intensity and showing off that sword in order to control the outcome. This is saying you have to use your own confidence, knowing that you have the sword without telling them, right? I've got this big sword, and showing it off. It's better if you put away your sword. But that part is going to be a little bit difficult for you to do in this situation, because this person's coming on quite strongly. And that's the test here. The test here is, are you willing to soften yourself just enough, right? Just enough. And open up your vulnerabilities just enough so that this outside energy can start lowering their sword too. Because I see that there is something having to do with miscommunication and misinterpretation. This outside energy, they're afraid of you, right? They're already afraid of you. There's no need for you to try to force something, try to control something, be aggressive with it, right? Or defensive about it. And what this is saying is, this is kind of like a little kid throwing a tantrum, trying to get attention, you know? Trying to trigger you. You know, like a little kid, a baby who wants attention, throws food against the wall, toys everywhere, starts crying, yelling. The parents come running. What's going on with the child? They don't know. The child can't talk yet. It's a child, right? It can only communicate through throwing a tantrum. That's how that child lets the parents know that it wants attention. Somebody here is looking for attention. Let's go deeper, because what I'm sensing here is some of you guys are holding up that sword in front of you that you're not able to see that about them. You're not able to see their vulnerabilities, that they're on display, right? But you're so focused on defending yourself right now, or soon will. You're so focused on not getting hurt yourself that you're not seeing the easier path, the easier solution. And that would be, again, you not doing what you are comfortable with doing, what you have always done, or what you feel like you should do, which is take out your sword and not show your feelings and not show your emotions and intimidate them, because that's not going to work. For them, it's not going to work either, because you know what happens when this battle ends? Nobody wins. It's a battle of ego and pride and, fear, based on fear. Because you're not seeing them for who they are. They're not seeing you because you're holding up that sword. Nobody wins. Because the way that they're coming through in the near future is also not winning. Right? Being left out in the cold, alone, depressed, poor, no money. Maybe you kick them out of the house. You throw out, their clothes out on the street. Who knows what happens? But nobody will win. It's about a new approach. Let's start clarifying, because this is getting very deep. Now, let's see. Let's clarify your energy first, because I feel that this is some kind of a karmic test. A lot of karma stuff is happening right now. Karmic tests, karmic cycles that are ending. Okay, let's see. And yeah, for a lot of you, they're being disguised as conflict. But it's a karmic test that you don't want to replay all over again, because this is about a new beginning, right? A new timeline. You could be dealing with a sign of Cancer. Not for everybody, whatever sign this is, but I see that for you, it's going to be difficult to not confront it in the way that you want to confront it. You can confront it, but you're going to have a choice. See these two Sphinx? Right? You're going to have a choice. Are you going to confront it with ego, with anger, with pride, resentment, with force? Or are you going to listen to your soul, your intuition, your spirit, and confront it, but putting down your sword, right? There's two ways that you can go about it. We already saw how the dark side will end up. It doesn't look pretty. And I see here that it's going to be very challenging for you to not want to do that, because you're adamant, right? You're like, nope. You're standing in your conviction. You're standing in your power. You don't want to lose this. You don't want to, it's like, no, they're not just going to get away with it, is the mentality. But again, you can be a little hard-headed sometimes. But right now, it's not looking like it would benefit you to do this. And looking at the bottom of the deck, it's not going to be fun. Okay? I feel like the fun, the superficial aspect of the situation, connection, relationship, that's already over. It's like this was already kind of like crumbling, but you didn't want to let it go. This person also, they were doing their own type of thing, to not also let it go. But this can no longer stay on the surface. This is going very deep now, because I feel that you and this other person were both avoiding being real, being honest, being vulnerable. And showing up with swords is a clear indication of the fact that you both are bracing, like you're trying to stay safe by holding on to that sword. But let's go ahead and clarify their energy, because I feel that right now this situation is asking for a confrontation, some kind of truth, some kind of communication, confession, but not abrasively. More so, with a little more gentleness, which, looking at these, I know it seems like, what am I talking about? But I'm telling you, the other way is not going to work. This is about being smart. Yeah, this outside energy, I see that the passion was there, but right now, that's dwindling. It's like you guys had something going because of the passion, maybe the sensuality, the sexuality, the passion was so good. The chemistry was so intense, right? But right now, it's not looking like that, because this person is not giving you any sign of stability. For some of you, there's money issues here, getting in the way. Somebody here either asking for your money, taking your money, or the other way around, but I feel that it's them. There's some kind of level of instability here. They're not offering you anything stable. This person, there's no loyalty there. If you ever need something, it doesn't look good. And I'm sensing here that it's almost as if you feel ignored, you feel rejected, you feel neglected. But the interesting part is that so do they. Right? They've got their own narrative. They have got their own narrative, because it seems right now as though this person is focused on all the bad stuff, all the negative stuff. And even if you try to make amends, they're just kind of like criticizing, everything that you try to do. And there's a sense here where they're rejecting you, you feel rejected, you feel like they're ignoring you, but their narrative is they're doing this because they feel that you're not being vulnerable with them. They feel that you've been kind of, harsh, pushy, or just kind of putting up a wall, and what this is saying is it's kind of asking for both of you guys to just be honest, you guys haven't had that honest, raw, vulnerable conversation yet. If you guys have had conversations or fights, it's just been about ego and pride and fear. Okay? That has been getting in the way. But what if the reason why this is happening is that your armor, your sword, is protecting your wound? What if this is protecting your wound, an old wound that you may have that this person might be triggering? And on the other side, what if, the honest statements of, hey, you know what? I feel this could potentially make things better, because I feel that conversation has not happened. This here is showing up as demanding, as, expectation, as pointing the finger. This is nothing related to, hey, you know what? You're making me feel this way, or I feel this way, right? And right now, you've got the upper hand. You can actually start that conversation. But we still have yet to see how and if this person will respond, because what I'm sensing here is that somebody wants to keep the flame going. This is coming through as the outside energy, right? It's almost as if they do want to keep the flame going, but there needs to be a confession, a conversation of bravery, right? In a very calm kind of way. That could potentially turn into a doorway, because I see that you have not fully left yet. For some of you guys, sure, okay, you left. But for most of you, you're still holding on to something. And this person is still holding on to potentially a passionate new beginning, but it's got to happen in a brand new way, right? Let's start clarifying, because, let's start with this, okay? Because we've got to switch to the extended. This is already getting very, very deep, and I feel that this is going to be a very important time where this is going to either split, right? It's like that karmic test that arrives disguised as this conflict, and then it's up to you whether it goes this way or that way. And remember, this connection is a contract. What kind of contract? We're going to see. But I feel like it's arriving to remind you that it's kind of like your soul promised itself you weren't going to repeat this cycle again. And now you're at a threshold, right, of making that final decision. Because I see that their passion is stirring. There's like a spark there. But where will this lead? Where will this go? For some of you, if this is a brand new person, you might feel a little defensive to let them in. And they're also holding their own sword because they're afraid, because they see you and they feel your energy. But something here is definitely hidden, because both of you guys holding up that sword, you're hiding something. You're hiding vulnerabilities, and they're hiding something too. They're holding more swords than you. So that means that they're hiding more than you are. I feel like for you, it's just, you don't want to get hurt. But for them, they're hiding more than one thing. How many swords? 5 swords. 5 swords. So their feelings are not as simple as they may look, as they appear, because they're definitely, kind of not wanting to show you something. For some, there could be a third party. We did see the 3 of Cups, not for everybody. But I'm sensing here that something is about to come out into the open. And this is going to be the turning point in this entire story. Because everything that's shifting right now in this moment, I feel like it's leading you and this person somewhere, but it's somewhere unexpected. Somewhere here that you it's like a truth that I don't even know if you're ready to hear, or you're ready to even like deliver your own truth, because I feel like this conversation has something that you've got to say and a lot that they have got to say too, that they are hiding behind those 5 swords. All right, let's see. Wow. This is definitely some contract, a soul contract here, because I'm sensing here that if somebody has been silent for some of you guys, there's something deeper within the silence, because this energy here does not lie. Okay, it doesn't lie, and it's something that looks ordinary, like somebody's behavior is just out of alignment with you, but there's something behind that, It's like they're wearing a mask or something. And I feel like that mask keeps coming up for your reading. I'm not sure why. We're going to figure it out. But this says 5D, which is the fifth dimension. The reason why it's so difficult for you to walk away, to let it go, is because in the fifth dimension, you two do have a real, authentic, harmonious bond. But right now, in this third dimensional, dense reality, our human bodies, there's conflict. There's the karma that needs to be resolved, right? And not until that karma is resolved, you guys won't be able to align with this passionate new beginning, you know? Because this says, fifth dimension, you made me realize that we are one. Meet me in the stars tonight. It's almost as if you are you have the upper hand, but there's something about vulnerability here playing a role, right? And I'm sensing that that's the hard part for you because of what's happened or what has happened, you know. And just looking at this image, it's like you guys are deeply connected at a soul level, but there's unhealed wounds that they haven't healed. They're poking at yours, you know, and it's the moment to stop pretending. Will you? Because I see that there's a very strong bond here. Right now it's in the fifth dimension, but you can definitely make it happen in reality, right? Bring it into the present moment. Anyway, we're going to go into the extended because this is, like I said, this is we're just scratching the surface right now, and we've got a long way to go in the extended. So we're going to see how this next chapter is going to unfold. Okay, so if you want to watch the extended, we're going to tune into that. We're going to tune into their subconscious thoughts about you. Excuse the noise. We're also going to go into, obviously we're going to clarify all this, but we're going to go into their next moves and actions, how they really deeply feel about you, their intentions for you. We're also going to go into, what they're going to do about it. And of course, we're going to end the reading with any guidance messages for you from Spirit so that you know how to handle this, what to do, what's going on with them, all these energies that are coming through right now. So again, if you want to watch a link to the extended, you can find a link to the extended down in the description box below. You can also find it in the first comment that I've pinned down below as well. And if you would like to book a personal reading, I've opened up my calendar. You can find the link down there as well, right below the extended. Also, stay tuned because I do have an amazing offer for you guys from Psychic Source. You guys, it's truly an amazing offer. I'm not just saying that. Some of you guys have asked me which psychics do I recommend. I do recommend a few. One of them, her name is Pixie. She is amazing. Another one, her name is Zamara. You can see it on the screen here, their names. So again, if you want to check that out, stay tuned. That is up next. I'll tell you all about this offer. But for now, I'll see you in the extended. And I just want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Psychic Source. You guys, seriously, they've been around over 35 years, and they're one of the most trusted psychic services out there. Now, obviously, you guys all know that I do readings myself for all of you, but sometimes, honestly, it just really helps to get a different perspective from someone outside of my own energy when it comes to my personal things. And so I was really curious to know what they would tell me, and so I called them. I called one of their advisors just to get the clarity that I needed. And yeah, I was surprised to know that they gave me the confirmation and the clarity that I already kind of knew within me. What I love about their offer is that you can literally connect with as many advisors as you want during that time frame. You can either call them, message them, and read through all of the reviews to see which one you feel more comfortable with. Right now, they have an amazing offer for you, all of my loyal viewers. You get 40 minutes for only $19.80. That's literally like less than 20 bucks, you guys. Just click the link that's down in the description box below. I've also linked it in the first comment that you'll see down below as well. Or you can visit the direct website, trypsychicsource.com/Gina Moon. Make sure that you spell my name correctly because that will be your code, Gina Moon. That's Gina with an E. Here's how to use your special offer code. Click on the direct link that's down in the description box below or visit www.trypsychicsource.com/Gina Moon. Once you're on the Psychic Source website, click on Get a Reading. Then it'll take you to the offer page. The check mark should already be on the first offer, which is $19.80 for 30 minutes plus 10 free. That's your special offer. Then make sure it says in green letters below, promo code Gina Moon applied, no spaces. That should already be automatically applied for you. If it's not, you can go ahead and apply it. Then enter your email address, password, date of birth, answer the questions and check mark below if you'd like, then click on the red button, Proceed to Payment. Once you have an account, you can select to get a reading with any available advisor of your choice via phone, chat, video, and you can schedule your appointment for later as well. You can ask specific questions or things like, what are the key lessons I'm meant to learn in this lifetime? What areas of my life should I focus on at this moment for personal growth? What can you tell me about my current relationships, money, love, career, family? You can ask anything you want and get the answers revealed to you instantly. All right, that's it. Enjoy your special Psychic Source offer. Respect is non-negotiable. Red flags, those are warnings. You're not supposed to climb them. Who in the world told you that unconditional love means unconditional tolerance? To watch the full video, visit my new YouTube channel, Nova Sky Society. Link in description and pinned comment below. In the extended reading, I go into the other person's subconsciousness, their deeper thoughts about you, their deeper feelings for you, their next actions, moves, and more. And thank you all so much for all of your positive feedback for the extended reading. I am so glad that you guys are loving the extended reading so much. So again, if you want to check out the link to the extended, the link is down in the description box below. And remember to share this video with somebody who needs it, especially if you feel like it could help them. Watch your moon and Venus signs for love and emotions, your sun and rising ascendant sign for personal growth and alignment, also for career matters, and your Jupiter and Mars for action, purpose, and expansion. And to catch up on all of your readings for your zodiac sign, click on the left side to watch your zodiac playlist. Click on the video on the right side to watch your next reading. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.